Eastern state in regard to the new industrial policy, and also there was an expectation that you would renew the any investment development scheme in the union budget. We couldn't find that in the budget. What could be the reason for that, ma'am? Northeast Investment Development Scheme.
Oh, okay. So over and above the things which have been explained for the capital expenditure through the Northeast Council, which is PM Divine, over and above the Donair, over and above Sikkim getting its own share of the special assistance to the states, which is for 50 years interest-free. You are asking now about you had an expectation on something which didn't come through. That itself is the answer.
मैडम मैं जगन दाहाल दैनिक जागरण से मेरा प्रश्न है कि जैसे स्टेट हो या सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट से जो लुभावना जो स्कीम रहता है पब्लिक के लिए, उससे इंडियन इकोनॉमी में कितना असर पड़ रहा है, जो आपका एक्सपीरियंस में बताना चाहता हूँ। जैसे लुभावने जो स्कीम्स वगैरह लेते हैं,
उसका टोटल आंकड़ा अभी तक मैंने नहीं किया, मगर उसका ओरिजिनल ऑब्जेक्टिव से ये स्पष्ट है कि उसके अगर आपके पास उतना पैसा नहीं है ऐसे एक स्कीम लॉन्च करने में, उन स्टेट को डायरेक्टली ही खतरा है। सो उसका मैंने कुल मिला करके इतना ऐसे कुछ अमाउंट अभी बोल नहीं सकती हूँ, क्योंकि मैंने कुछ एक्सरसाइज अलग से उसके लिए नहीं किया। मगर जिन स्टेट में उसके दबाव के कारण स्ट्रेस हो करके उनके फाइनेंशियल हालात में कुछ नाजुकपन आ गया है, उसके कारण सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट से वो मांग रहे हैं, उन विषयों में वो चर्चा निकल कर बाहर आई है।
Hello, ma'am. My name is Pankaj, and I represent ENI and East Mojo. Ma'am, my question is, over the years, I think Sikkim has been the recipient of the lowest share of income union taxes. Ma'am, I think, and for the year 2022, it was around 3,963.23 crores.
What do you mean by union taxes?
Union
the tax
share
being devolved?
Yeah.
It's devolved as per a formulation given by the Finance Ministerial Commission.
Is there a way the state can actually improve their understanding on a national level, because we are at the lowest?
I think on a per capita basis, Sikkim gets one of the highest devolutions. If you relate it to you cannot look at the absolute number. You have to compare it with the population of Sikkim. So there are approximately 250 million plus people in Uttar Pradesh. If you compare it with the population of the state, Sikkim actually gets one of the highest per capita devolutions in the country. And the reason it may be the absolute number is small because the population is small.
And is there a way we can improve that, sir? With the minimum.
The devolution is fixed by the Finance Commission. They consider different factors. They consider population. They consider the disadvantages such as hill location. That is why it is disproportionately high also. They consider all these factors. And when the next Finance Commission is appointed, Sikkim will make its case. And they balance these different. It's a complex equation. There is population, there is per capita income, there are handicaps, forest cover. Some are plus, some are minus. They give weights for the different factors and then arrive at a formula.
Ma'am.
We have been hearing, about concessions being given on the tax side and grants and subsidies being given on the other side. Now you are talking about, share being increased. I would say rather than, all of us looking at, what someone else is getting or what is my proportion of share, can we all together, because I represent revenue, can we all together think of how, we can increase the total kitty so that, your share also increases and so does everyone else's.
Madam, is there any plan to?
The lady, please, you already asked.
Good evening. I am Neeta Niraj from UNI and Sikkim Reporter. I just wanted to know two things. One is that there's so much budget allocated for infrastructure, but nothing is included for the maintenance and for repairs, and it is very difficult when the things go off. And number two is there is lots of focus on irrigation, But there are certain areas in Sikkim which have gone totally dry, and there's no, river sources have dried up and all others. So what would be the focus on now? Because that money wouldn't work there, that other way.
So let me point out that there are two kinds of infrastructure. One is national trunk infrastructure, which is built by the central government. There is adequate provision for maintenance of national highways and for the highways which are built by the NHIDCL and operated by them. As regards maintenance, so maintenance repairs of NH, adequate budget provision is there. You can look at the budget, it is there. As regards state capital expenditure projects, what the central government provides is a support to carry out capital expenditure. It is the responsibility of state governments to handle maintenance and repairs of an asset which actually belongs to the state. So that's a question which is really to be posed and answered by the state government when it comes to state government assets.
Just to supplement, more and more, see now the government what it is trying to do through various PPP projects on which this capex will be spent through the hybrid and through the NOD model. The maintenance itself is also taken care of by the PPP partner. So in a way, when we are providing for the capex, the operational expenses are also being provided for.
Ma'am, good evening. My name is Vijay Gurung. I represent Sikkim Express. I do beg your pardon. This question may not fall within the specific parameters given by at the outset, but it does concern your ministry. It says that on January 13, the Honorable Supreme Court has directed your ministry to bring an amendment in the Income Tax Act 1961, where to add one more clause in the definition of Sikkimese as mentioned in Section 1026 AAA. So how soon can we expect that amendment? And part 2 question would be, would that addition of one more definition in one more clause in the Sikkimese definition would they are concerned that the expansion of the definition Sikkimese definition may dilute the rights and privileges enjoyed by the Sikkimese presently.
First of all, let me clarify the rights and the privileges enjoyed by Sikkimese and as to who Sikkimese are. Immediately after that judgment came out, it was the union government which approached the Supreme Court to say, please expunge the remarks which were obiter, which were not germane to the question which was being discussed. So I'm sure you are aware that through the immediate response and action of the central government, that has been removed. In other words, the intent of the central government to respect the privileges and the rights of Sikkimese has been kept intact because the central government responded to that situation immediately without any delay. So that proves our intent. So you can be assured, and through you I wish to assure the people of Sikkim that nothing has changed as regards Sikkimese. The court's case has already been dealt with.
मैम मैं ऋषि दूरदर्शन न्यूज़ से। मैम आपने बजट में जिस तरीके से इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर और तमाम चीज़ों के बारे में बताया, आपने बताया कि कल आप रोपवे का भी उद्घाटन करेंगे, आपने गेटवे भी कहा, तो इस पूरे इलाके की कनेक्टिविटी के लिए क्या फ्यूचर में कुछ इस तरीके के बड़े प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं जिससे कि नॉर्थ ईस्ट भारत के बाकी के हिस्सों से और ज़्यादा मजबूती से जुड़ पाएगा?
Improving connectivity, there are 3 or 4 areas. One, that Government of India through Ministry of Road and Transport have been increasing the national highway network, improve the network of national highways. At the same time, in the northeast, NHIDC also takes up projects. Then connecting villages, improving connectivity. The scheme for PM Gram Sadak Yojana That's yet another scheme to improve the connectivity. Third, Sikkim has its own challenges because large or any airport is a difficult one, but heliports to be constructed. This budget announces 50 such heliports to be done. So that is yet another part of connectivity. But when we talk about connectivity, it's not just road which transport people or goods, it is also the digital connectivity. So there is a clear scheme to make sure that each and every village of the country has a digital optic fiber connectivity. And the focus is equally being given for the border villages. It's not just about border villages, but I'm making at that point because these are the most difficult areas to reach there. When we talk about connectivity, it is also to make not just the optic fiber, but making sure that the Gram Panchayats as well as schools, PSCs, they get connectivity. And then there are other services can come in there because once you get connectivity, then telehealth services can get onto the PSCs. The students can get connectivity by that classes can be done online. Plus yet another example which was done in the last year's budget through a television in the local language, make sure that there is a distinct channel for the local language classes from 1 to 12 which are available outside the classroom normal school hours. So when we talk about connectivity, Government of India attempts to work with the state government to promote physical connectivity, digital connectivity as well as service oriented connectivity. Thank you.
Ma'am, the state president BJP today submitted a memorandum to you expressing